two substitutions here with both Walker and Johnson, who are not regular starters, joining us for this matchup. Good job there finding that left side of Millie Rain for quick side out. Armand, you probably played against some of these gals before. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, no, I've played a bunch against Sarah and Millie. That was a good drop from Sarah, and Millie tried getting in and conceded pretty well.
Wow, it's a bullet there by Millie Rain, but it goes long.
Yeah, it was a good attempt. The middle seemed kind of open.
Nelson and Dennehy are 0-3 together this year, so they're still trying to kind of figure out this partnership. So California started the year with Kiora Kunamoto on the squad, and she was just traded this last week over to Bay Area, so that opened up this opportunity for Emma Nelson to get in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I think that's the fun part of MLP, where you have to get used to partners, and then there's just a change up between events. That was a good flick by Sarah.
That was great. Yeah, yesterday I watched that match with Orlando where they went against the Royals from Palm Beach, and Alex and Millie, they ran into a bus on Tina Pisnik and Sophia Seving.
Yeah, Tina and Sophia have been playing great all season long.
I think that match lasted about 8 minutes. It was 11-1 onslaught by the Royals, who are probably one of the top 5 teams there in terms of the women for sure.
Correct. Good job by Millie keeping Emma and Sarah at the baseline and not letting them come up to the kitchen.
California's off to a quick 4-0 lead here. And Sarah Dennehy, she's one of the Australian players. Her, Danielle Townsend, and Joy Wild, they've all come over to MLP this year and kind of see how their game stacks up against the best in the U.S. Armand, I know you're a case of that too, coming over from India to see how your game stacks up.
Yeah, I came in earlier this year, and this is my first MLP. Super excited. It's just so much fun playing with a team and just competing with different people.
So the only real matchup for the squeeze that's unchanged because of these lineup changes is really that Millie Rain and Fed mixed matchup. Otherwise, like I mentioned, the other 3 games are all with players that have Yates playing a couple of matches. He hasn't played much this year, and Alex also not playing him very much. I'm not sure what Dennehy's plans are in terms of the PPA season for the back half, but she has the game to be successful on the Carvana Tour if she sticks with it. And MLP, obviously. That one looked long to me.
That one looked long, yeah.
Armand agrees. I guess maybe Armand, when you're up 6-0, you maybe just give a little bit of benefit of the doubt on some of those lines. Plus, there's a pretty big penalty if you miss that line call and it's overturned. You're going to lose your timeout and then potentially have some penalties down the road if more line calls are needed. So she just let it go and played it. And that one's well inside the court. Emma Nelson lets it go. You know, Emma Nelson's a very impressive player. She's only 15 years old. She turned pro last year at the young age of 14 out of Omaha, Nebraska. Coached by her father in Omaha, and he's done a great job with Emma. Oh, great attack there, right to that left side of Millie Rain.
That was a great spot by Emma.
Emma's going to be, my predictions, Emma's going to be somebody to deal with down the road. She's got the game to compete with the best. She's a little more seasoning, and she'll be really, really good.
I see that. That's so much power from
Nice
Sarah.
put away. Yeah, her uncle actually runs a pickleball facility up in my neck of the woods in Minnesota. So she spent some time at the Drop Shots pickleball facility. For those of you watching at home, Drop Shots in Shakopee, Minnesota. If you're ever out in Minnesota, come by Drop Shots and give it a look. That one's missed. John Nelson's one of the owners. He's Emma's uncle, so shout out to Drop Shots. But for full service opportunity, I play all my pickleball at Chips Pickleball Club in Eagan, Minnesota. So it's a competition for Drop Shots, but give all the pickleball facilities their due there. Wow, Alex had a great shot there at Ernie, but her timing was off. Armand, talk a little bit about just timing Ernie's and how important that is.
Yeah, she was a little late on that, and she had to move slightly earlier when Emma hit the ball. It gets close to you sometimes, and that's where you get in an awkward position and you're not able to hit that.
Yeah. And now we're back with California serving up 6-1. Wow, that is a ripper. Like, you see that two-hand backhand's impressive, Armand.
Yeah, she saw that early and she just cranked that ball.
Good to see the California Bears have a chance here to maybe close out their first win of the year for these two gals. Wow, Millie Rain. She can hit an ATP. I know she had one yesterday. She's really good at ATPs. That was beautiful. You know, it's one thing to get to an ATP. It's another one to put a lot of pace on it to make it hard for your opponents to actually get it back, and she ripped that one.
That was a great combo by Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah and Emma are not afraid to play fast, you know, which is it's a good trait.
Sarah's got a big serve and a big drive.
Yeah, she's a very good singles player as well. She's kind of, I think, even known more for her singles, but she's got some great ground strokes. I know she's really good friends with Danielle Townsend. She's a member of the Dallas Flash, who will be playing later today against the New Jersey Fives over on Championship Court. Should be a great matchup as well. She totally missed that. Oh my gosh, it's still in play. Missed there. Good job there by Orlando getting to the kitchen, but they can't win that rally.
Yeah, that was good defense by Alex and Millie. They got to the kitchen, but
got some, I think, hair adjustments there for Emma Nelson. Not sure what was going on there, but back in action here, up 8-1. That backhand is impressive by Emma Nelson. As she continues to kind of get more experience on the tour, she's going to be tough to play against.
Yeah, that was a great drop, and then self-crash after that.
Again, they're getting aggressive here, Cal. Wow, that is impressive. Emma gives her a little bit of shove. Sarah Dennehy and Emma Nelson are looking really, really good right now. You know, sometimes it's just that one big win that can really catapult you, Armand, in terms of getting that confidence that you need, and this could be that game.
For sure. Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, that is impressive. That is impressive. That's a quality win there for Emma Nelson and Sarah Dennehy, taking home this first game 11-1 to go with Pablo Tea. So he's back on the right, which is where he likes to play and where he's most successful. And let's see how this matchup goes. And that one hits the net and goes long. So yesterday, Fed and Yates fell to Barr and Tyson in that matchup, 11-6. And they actually beat Team Australia in the first matchup of this tournament, 11-4. So they played that all-star team from Australia. Won 11-4, but that was certainly not probably the best Australia had to offer. They didn't have some of the people that are already in MLP. That goes long by Joseph Wild. Joseph Wild's had a lot of success in Australia. He's a multiple medalist. Plays team pickleball over there as well.
That's a great drop by Fed.
Yeah, it's great.
A great crack again.
But I would say, again, Orlando's got to be a favorite just in this matchup, having Fed as one of the two players. So after winning the first game of a match, California is actually 2-3 in the year. It's probably fairly consistent with their overall record, which is just 3-7 for the year. But they are early in the year, and they do have some new pieces they just added with the trade I mentioned, I believe I mentioned earlier, with Pablo Tejas and Maya Bowie being added to the roster. That one goes wide. That was a trade that actually happened right before this event started. You can't make trades during the event, but it happened just before the event started, with Kiora Kunamoto and James Delgado going over to the Bay Area Breakers in exchange for Pablo Tejas and Maya Bowie. So for Orlando, their men's doubles record so far this year is 10-6. Nearly all of those were with Fed Staksrud and Jack Sock playing together. Jack Sock did not attend this event, not due to injury. He just had other commitments, so he's not here for this event. Kind of sad for the fans, but stuff happens, so he's not here. And Fed, I think Fed would tell you too, he had an off day yesterday. He was not himself. He did not play well in men's doubles, and had a few moments where he showed a little bit of life in both men's and mixed, but he was off, and I think he's going to have something to prove here in both men's and mixed. He's not going to want to show bad again. That one goes long, and
great defense by the Orlando squeeze.
He finds himself here up 4-1. Nice little towel time up by Anwar Brahm, product of Tunisia. I don't know if we have any other players from Tunisia, but we have one in Anwar Braham. So you have a player from Argentina, a player from Tunisia, and a player from Australia on the court right now, just one from the US. So it's an international sport. And my co-commentator is from India, so we have a full international flavor in this match, which I love. Fed misses that drop right. He was just a little bit off. Sometimes that happens, just a little bit off in matches, and he just couldn't quite find himself. Certainly playing with different partners in terms of Yates might have contributed to that as well. Great finish there. I know, Armand, you played with a lot of different partners. Well, maybe after this point, just kind of tell us how it is to kind of have to adjust from different partners from time to time.
It's just everyone has different styles, and it depends if you get along with someone as well. On and off the court also sometimes really matters a lot. And yeah, I played with a bunch of different people this year, and I have more tournaments with different partners, so still figuring it out.
Yep. Wow, that's a good try. And it comes down to, too, just some certain partners you have more confidence with. You trust where they're going to be on the court. You trust what shots they're going to make. And if you don't have that trust or that familiarity, it makes it tough to really gel. And again, Fed and Yates have not played much together. It's only the third time they played together, and they actually look, I think they look quite good right now so far in this match. That was a great counter by Anwar. Anwar's got really, really good hands. I know you probably played against Anwar quite a bit. What do you think about Anwar's hands?
Anwar's got really strong hands. That ball comes off really hot off his paddle, and he has one of the hardest overheads that I've faced.
He uses that Selkirk paddle, which has got a lot of pop, that boomstick. Yates was taking a few balls in the middle there that I'm not sure Fed maybe normally takes those balls, but Yates got aggressive and gets the ball there. Only up one now. And again, Yates has got a really, really strong drive, and he tries to hit one there, but he finds the net. He hits hard ground strokes on both sides. A dink miss there by Yates Johnson. So that's an empty possession there by Orlando Squeeze, and they're going to turn the ball back over here to the California Black Bears, who have come back from an early deficit to only be down one and serving on the one, with Anwar Brahm serving to Fed Staksrud. Well, and that one goes long. Good over the hair by Fed Staksrud. High-level tennis background by Fed. He shows it there with that overhead. Another chance here to pull even for the Black Bears, down one. We have a ball on the court there, and they're going to stop play. I think I've been calling matches. This is my sixth match now on this court. It's the first ball that actually has come over from that side of the fence, so it's been pretty good with not much interruptions, but there's a ball that goes right in the middle of a point. A couple of gals are playing some singles right over there, so reserve this one. That's a ball that I think Fed's going to make a lot of times. It's an attackable ball, but he finds the net. And we are now tied at 5. Yates Johnson dumps that dink into the net, and it's going to lead to a 6-5 advantage here for Cal. Yates Johnson at 6-5. Oh, great get there by Yates. And Fed closes in the middle. Wow, that was a great job by Yates scrambling for that one. I know Yates is still kind of recovering from some injuries, so the fact he got that ball was pretty impressive. He's got his both knees with some good support there. Oh, wow, that's a great ATP there by Yates Johnson. I think he's sporting that new Mihao paddle, if I'm not mistaken, the same one that Hunter Johnson's been using. At least the same brand. It's nice backhand there by Joey Wild. I think Staxrud was a little surprised by how much power was on that one. And there's been a few dink misses there by Yates. He's got definitely the hard stuff down with the drives, and he's got good hands, but he's been a little bit off on some of those dinks. That was an example of one of them there. And Anwar, like Armand, like you said, he can hit it as hard as anybody, right?
Correct. Like you saw it right there. He had a good drive and came in, pushed the crash a little deep.
Oops, and we have a hat that's come out of the stands here. I don't think there was 3 goals scored, so it was not for a hat trick. That was just an accidental hat that fell off somebody's head. Wow, another speed up there by Anwar. He's not afraid to speed it up, but that one goes quite long. It's back to the squeeze serving at 6-6. Had a couple of side outs here with no points guard, so it's 6-6. Let's see if we can get to 7 first. Ooh, there's another one.
Yeah, like you said, I think Yates is seeing a lot more balls at the kitchen line.
Yeah, and they're gonna, if he makes errors, they're gonna keep going, and they're gonna stay away from Fed. There's a nice drive. So they do find a way to get to 7 first. They can take a 1-point lead here, sub 7-6. Oh, and he gets there. Oh, no, he was there too. Yates was there, but he can't get it over the net. That was unfortunate. Fed came all the way over to Yates' side, and they switched sides on the court, and Yates made it all the way over there, but couldn't find it the other side of the net, and gives the ball back to California now, trailing by 1. Oh my gosh. Wow, those are some credible hands there by Fed Staxrud. Finds the lower midsection there of Anwar Brahm, but he doesn't seem to need a timeout, which is good.
Yeah, Fed found a great spot out there on Anwar.
And there's a missed third by Anwar, so that was an empty possession there again by Cal. They're stuck on 6. They catch Fed in the midcourt there. If you can catch your opponent moving like that in the midcourt, that's a good time to hit it at him, and Fed can't handle it. Wow. Anwar's got a power on that backhand when he makes contact with it.
Yeah, that was a good flick by Joey, and then a good put away by Anwar.
There's a nice dink by Yates in between points that hits the net and goes over. See if you can save some of those for the game. See if they can get off a 6. There's a missed one by Arman, and they're still unfortunately stuck on 6. Here's Amin Hafiz, I'm probably pronounced that wrong, is the head coach of Orlando on the sidelines. Hafez, maybe? Hafez?
Try that again.
And there's a missed dink by Fed Staksrud, and they finally get off that dreaded 6. They've been stuck on it for about 10 minutes. And it's tied at 7. Important game in this match. Wow, that's just too high from Yates. And if you put it that high to Anwar Braham's backhand, you're going to pay the price, and they do. And we have California now up 8-7, trying to take the second game and getting a 2-0 lead in this match.
That's a great return there by Yates.
Yep, missed third, so they get the ball back. Might be the right here, right now for Orlando. Wow, and that finds the court by Fed. Everybody looked at it like, is it in, is it in? And it was a great shot. And we have snowmen in Grand Rapids, 8-8. They're going to melt fast, by the way, so don't get too used to them. It's been a kind of a choppy match. Nobody's playing real clean. There's been a lot of errors, not a lot of rhythm on either side of the net. Wow, what a finish by Anwar Braham with that backhand again. He's flashing that backhand in this match. That was pretty. Again, Fed got a little out of position trying to finish that point off, and once he couldn't finish it and left his side of the court open, it was game over, and point over, I should say, for Anwar Braham. And they're going to be serving at 8-8.
8-8-1.
Great spot by Yates.
Yeah, Yates, he can hit that inside-out forehand effectively. He finds that left shoulder there of Joey Wild. Wearing an Australian themed hat, I think. Kind of an outback hat, if you will. And that empty possession there for California. So let's see if Orlando can push this one over the finish line. They need to.
8-8-1.
And Joey Wild says nope to Yates when he counters with that backhand. Here's a look at Eric Tice on the sidelines.
8-8-2.
Coach of the Black Bears. Everybody's kind of adopting the Adam Stone look on the sidelines with lots of head coverings and towels all over the place, so it's kind of the new thing for coaching. Keep that sun off your head. And it is now 9-8. That's a missed drive there by Fed. Second game in the bag. Good speed up, and they just took control of that point and put it away.
Yeah, that was a good speed up by Anwar, and Joey filling in the middle there.
Now it's 9-9 on the one still.
Good partner protection by Fed.
That's just too high again. Yates has had a few of those where he's left him high to that forehand side of the other side of the net, and those are just easy putaways at this level. And with that, they're going to have a game point here, first game point of this game, and if they can get it, they're going to be up 2-0 and take a commanding lead into mixed doubles. And a dink here there by Anwar. Wow, that was a tough time for that. Here comes Fed, down 1.
Good drive drop combo by Yates.
That is an incredible ATP by Anwar Braham. That was hit with so much pace. Lands about 3 inches from the baseline. That was beautiful. Another misdink there by Yates. Tries the slicer, finds the net. Empty possession. Now they gotta withstand 2 serves from California if they want to stay in the second game. That's going to take over here, it looks like. Wow. Good hands there by Anwar Braham. He flashed them this whole match, and they take this men's doubles match 11-9, taking the game off the squeeze here, and will now move into mixed doubles with California leading this match 2-0. So good job by the losing the last 3 matches he's played in this event, or last 3 games he's played in this event.
That was a good drive and crash combo.
1-0-1.
And there's a nice backhand. Squeeze coach catches that one.
2-0-1.
Like I said, Fed was pretty fired up yesterday in that matchup. He had a point penalty for profanity late in that mixed match. Game they eventually lost, and they lost that match 3-0. So he's definitely wants to win this one. Anwar crosses in front of Mayabui and can't finish that last shot. Anwar called that one long on the baseline. The ball was in, so there you go. And it's going to be Orlando getting the ball back here at 2-0. Fed was successful with his line call challenge and didn't receive any blue card warnings at the time either, which is really good. Misdink there by Mayabui. See a little pep in the step here of Orlando. That one's in.
That's a good lob by Maya.
Great lob. And then Stress goes behind Fed and misses it by about 4 feet. So it's pretty much been all Orlando in this first mixed matchup.
4-0-1.
Fed gets aggressive, but hits that one well long. Good finish there by Anwar Brahm. Like I said, he likes the right side in men's doubles, but he's certainly comfortable playing the left in women's, or sorry, mixed. Probably in women's as well, but he's not allowed to play in women's doubles. Great job there by Fed. You know, if you can hit a drop shot where all the person can do when they get to it is just kind of pop it up over the net and gives you an easy put away, which Fed does there. Great attack by Maya Bowie. That was pretty. Went right after Fed. Nice return there by Millie Rain. Follows it up with a missed third. Kind of shrugged her shoulders, gives the balls back to Fed. Still up 4-1 though.
Great drive by Millie.
And we have a foot fault called on Fed Staksrud. Not sure if that was on the takeoff or the landing. Maybe we'll see a replay here. We will.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's all over that sideline. Yeah, you couldn't get any more of the sideline than Fed got on that one. The refs rarely miss a foot fault call on the lines. They just don't. They just don't do that. So if you get down 0-2 in a match, teams are 3-110. Only teams that have, there's a couple teams, 3 teams that have come out of an 0-2 deficit. So Dallas, California, and LA are those 3 teams. They did a quick graphic there. So it's pretty rare to come back from 0-2 and win the match. It means you got to win both mixed and the Dream Breaker. That one goes long. So they're trying to beat what's considered a 97% trend against by winning this game, somehow winning that other mix, and then winning in a Dream Breaker. And they're only up 1 right now. That is Orlando.
Good overhead by Fed.
And I think Fed's going to want to get big and get dominant here to take control of this match. He's the best player on the court, top 10 in all 3 disciplines.
It's another good lob by Maya.
Wow, and that one could have taken an eye out. Armand didn't even flinch. That one could have taken me out. I needed him to jump in front of that one. Wow.
Great speed up by Millie.
That was really nice, and that combo came back to Fed's paddle, and he puts it away with his forehand. And they get the side out here. Up 4-3. Up 5-3. My bad, 5-3-2. What a great get there by Fed. Oh, Fed Staksrud! The Edward Jones midseason tournament with Fed Staksrud serving to Maya Bowie with the squeeze up 6-3 in this first mixed doubles match.
Unlucky.
That was unlucky. Yeah, he had a nice high ball to put away, hits the net and jumps over the sideline. Gives the ball back to the Black Bears and Anwar Brahm. Fed's doing that slice overhead. Now he's going to do a dropper. Brings him into the net. It's the Fed show right now. And that one's long. So Fed did everything he could to win that point. He hit about 3 or 4 overheads, all different speeds, different angles, different spins, and everything. They got everything back. And they get their 4th point of this game. Now down only 2. Good defense there by the Black Bears. And Anwar Brown.
Anwar right there.
Yeah, he got big in the middle there. There's a lot of power behind those volleys. Maya Bowie is impressed with her partner, giving him some good feedback there. That one gets a little bit behind Maya Bowie, and she can't handle it. But they have another shot here to pull even, down 5-6.
Great ATP by Maya Bowie.
Yeah, Maya does an ATP back to Fed Staksrud, and with that has pulled even here, the Black Bears. Again, they win this game and this match is over, and Orlando is going to be going back to the Sunshine State. Wow, Millie Rain with a nice cross-court finish there. That was beautiful. Coming right at us here in the booth. And of course, just like that, you followed up with a missed third on a drive. That's how it always happens. You compliment somebody on a play and give them the curse, commentator curse. And Maya Bowie through the middle for a side out. She's playing well. I haven't called her name a lot, but that's because she's just playing solid. She's making all her shots, making her dinks, and throwing in some offense. She does right there with a clean winner between Millie Rain and Fed Staksrud, and they're going to get the ball back here. It's tied at 6. There's a missed kind of going the other direction shot, but she hits in the middle at the top of the net there. And
she kind of got what she wanted out there.
Reminder who you're listening to. This is Dave Schwanis, joined by Armand Bhatia of the SoCal Hard Eights. Their team just won the last match in this court, and he's doing a match with me here. Thanks for joining me, Armand.
Of course.
And Fed is one of the best earners on tour. He'd be a top 5 earner in my book. There's probably a lot I'd miss if I tried to name him, but he's one of the top 5.
We saw that ball so early.
Yeah, he just always anticipates that ball that's going to be hit to his side of the net, and now he's going to get big again. So I think, yeah, Fed's realizing it's his time right now to assert his dominance. Not that these other players aren't good, but Fed is clearly the #1 player on this court, and he needs to get big here with his team now up 8-6. I know he's excited to watch his team Argentina play, I think, Switzerland tomorrow in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. He's a big World Cup fan, attending those games. Of course, with, in my opinion, the greatest player in soccer, Lionel Messi, is a part of Argentina. I'm sure there's some debate there, but he is so fun to watch for Team Argentina. And that ball goes way off the court. They're trying to retrieve it, and they do. A chance here to get to 10. That's way out. So I feel like Fed is asserting himself here late in this game, trying to earn a chance to get to break that, get a part of that stat, which is 3 and 110, which is down the first 2 games of a match and still coming back to win it. That stat actually kind of surprised me when they popped it up. I would think it was one-sided, but 3 and 110 is crazy. It means it almost never happens. And Maya has a nice 2-hand counter attempt, but she finds the net. And Millie returns the favor with one of her own into the net. What a drop shot. Oh my gosh.
Drop shot by Fed.
To have that kind of touch at the kitchen line, backhand drop volley, that's, he got his paddle on it, Anwar did, but wow, what a drop shot. Oh, that was pretty by Anwar Brahm. That was beautiful. Fed was diving middle there, and Anwar saw it and went right behind him. And just like that, we have a Game 3 victory by the Orlando Squeeze, forcing a 4th game of this match. Just going to be another mixed doubles match coming up here. With advantage here would certainly go to the Black Bears with Wild and Dennehy. But they up 1 game to 11. Anybody can win. That's why they play the games.
I think we're going to see a lot of early pulls in this match.
I think that's a great observation. I think certainly from Alex and Yates, they're not going to want to get into extended points, I think, in this match. I'm always a big fan of Dream Breakers, so I'm kind of pulling for a Dream Breaker, but see what happens. I like the idea there by Alex with that lob. It actually wasn't a bad time, but she doesn't hit it far enough, and that leads to an easy overhead by Sarah Dennehy, who's an excellent singles player. That one goes long. I actually like what I see from Wild. I know he's newly, kind of new to the MLP here, just being picked up by Black Bears on waivers to replace Luca Mack, who went on IR. That's a nice counter by Alex Walker, but he's got some decent size to him. I'd say he's probably 6'2", I would say, maybe 6'3". I'm not sure. I don't have a tape measure out, but he's a pretty tall guy, good length. Armand, have you ever played against Joey?
I have. I played him very recently in Austin. We played Anwar and Joey. Will and I just about won that match 15-13.
Oh, wow. So I'm curious your thoughts on his game that you've seen him up close.
No, he's really solid, and he's got good hands. He's got a fast twitch to his forehand. And him and Sarah make a good team together. They've been playing a lot together back in Australia and in Asia.
So, you know, from an international perspective, maybe after this next point, I'd get your thoughts on where do you see some of the, from an international standpoint, where do you see some of the up-and-coming players coming over to the U.S. and maybe making a big impact going forward? Other than yourself, of course, you can't count yourself, but from other parts of the world, where do you see the talent pool maybe being the strongest?
I would say like Vietnam's a very strong talent pool, and PPA is doing a great job by having PPA Asia, PPA Canada, PPA
Australia.
It's starting in Europe now. So just expanding so much as giving players a pathway to play professionally in America.
Wow, great job there by Yates. Nice job by Yates Johnson. He's going to have to play big here, I think.
1-1-2.
Tied it at 1. That one's just too high. Good put away there by Joey Wild. When Orlando is down 2-1 in matches, they're 3-3 in elimination games. Now, typically, when they're in elimination situations, they're probably running out either one of their normal 1 or 2 doubles teams. So this is kind of an unusual situation where they have both their bench players out there. And the league average in those situations is about 30%. So these guys are better than the league average at 50%. Oh my. Yates Johnson, have yourself a match here, a game. Nice put away there. Oh, wow. Great get there by Alex. And they don't hit the out ball, which is a good thing. But they need to find some offense here, down 1-3. Where's it going to come from?
Good defense by Alex.
Yeah. There's too many high balls, though. I mean, you're not gonna be able to get back in points when you can't get the ball to bounce. And they did withstand a lot of blows there, but just too many high balls in the end.
1-2.
And a ripper there behind Yates Johnson by Sarah Dennehy. It's been fun to see her come on to the MLP side of it. She's played some on the PPA tour as well. I know she plays over in Asia, in Australia. In fact, I think Armand, I think she just took gold with Tama Shimabukuro, I think, over in Tokyo last weekend, if I'm not mistaken, in mixed.
Yeah, she got a gold in women's doubles and in mixed. She's been falling shy of the triple almost every tournament that she's playing in Asia.
And she's a good singles player too, so she's got the ability to get triple crowns over there in Asia.
Correct.
But the eye test is certainly solid here, looking at her live. She has all the skills. Thing I'm not sure about with the Australians, especially with Sarah and with Danielle Townsend, is what their plans are for playing in the PPA. If they're going to play PPA, or they're just going to go back and play in Australia and Asia when they're not playing MLP. You may know the answer to that.
I do not.
You do not? Okay, so we'll have to kind of wait and see. I'd love to see both of them on the tour, though. They'd be great additions if we can keep them on the tour.
Definitely would be.
Missed serve by Yates. You can't afford that when you're down 5-1 in a missed win game. Takes a deep breath. And they just they're facing a team that looks very comfortable with each other in terms of Wild and Dennehy. They've played a lot together. They know their roles. They know where each other's going to be. They've got good strokes. So it's going to take some effort here by. It's going to go long, but Yates hits it. That didn't find the net.
I found Yates.
Found Yates, but somehow it ended up on their side of the net. And this is one-way traffic right now from the Black Bears. They're going to take a timeout here. I'm not sure what adjustments they can make to get back into this match, but it's a clinical effort here by Dennehy and Wild, who had a game plan coming in. They were executing that game plan. You're on the bench of the Orlando Squeeze, Armand, and you're trying to tell this team that's down 8-1 what they need to do to get back in it. What is your advice to them? What would you do?
I'd probably just tell Yates and Alex to make more balls and get to the kitchen line and establish themselves before they pull something. Also, I really like the lob that Alex pulled in the first half of the game, and then Sarah shut that one down, but I would do that because Sarah leans in so much. I think the lob's a good shot.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones where you might as well go for it. Maybe try to get a little bit crazy and chaotic, and just, like you said, get to the kitchen line. But what you're doing so far is not working. You're down 8-1.
Orlando, no timeouts. California, 1 timeout.
So let's see if they make any adjustments that can get them back in this decisive game. Well, nothing else that led to an error by the Black Bears coming out of the timeout.
8-1-2.
There you go, Yates. It's a nice ripper backhand down the line. Let's see if they can build off of that.
1-8-1.
And they do. They get a point. So that was a good timeout by Orlando. They could have just not called the timeout and played through it, but they did. Get a couple of side outs, and Yates clips the tape with that one. Reserve it.
3-8-1.
And that one's well long. You can't afford those type of shots when you're down 2-8. That one almost hits the base of the fence. Oh, what a get there by Alex. And another one. Wow. Those are two tremendous resets there by the Squeeze. Both Walker and Johnson retrieve balls that a lot of people wouldn't, and that gets them another point. So a little bit of life here. Down 3-8, you never know. Stranger things have happened in pickleball. That's aggressive flare by Yates, but that ball was too low to hit that shot, and they do give the out call a little bit late. It's kind of more of a joking measure, but they have to still call it out. It's now 8-3. Oh, wow. Alex did a nice job getting a couple of those back, but that last one clips the tape, and now it's 2 points from the match.
9-2-1.
Great resets there by the Bears, Black Bears. And Alex Walker goes behind Joey Wild.
That was a good shot by Alex.
Very nice there by Alex Walker.
She held that ball long enough and let Joey commit to a side.
So, you know, down 3-9. They only gave up one that rotation. That they don't have a lot of time left, but you know, you get 2 or 3, maybe 4 here, and get a little scoreboard pressure on California. And that one's not going to help the cause with a missed third by Yates. So that's an empty possession, unfortunately, on the side of the squeeze, and they're going to now have to fend off the Black Bears one more time. So Wild countered that, and he thought he might have made it. It did look wide from my angle, but they're not going to challenge. It was called out. They're not going to challenge it. I like the aggression there by Yates to just go ahead and speed it up and see what happens.
That was a good serve by Sarah and a good drive.
And now we are at match point here on the grandstand court. And that'll do it with Joey Wild finishing that one off to Alex Walker. And they're going to take this match 3-1.